Are you secretly afraid you're about to be exposed as a fraud? You're not alone. Nearly 70% of professionals feel this way. But this 2-week plan can silence that voice faster than you think. And here's the twist. Step 1 doesn't motivate you. It shuts doubt down instantly. Stay with me. Most managers don't talk about this out loud. They lead teams, approve decisions, and carry responsibility. But internally, they feel one mistake away from being found out. The higher the role, the louder the voice becomes. This isn't weakness, it's imposter syndrome, and promotions don't cure it, they amplify it. Christina is 35. She's an operations manager at a growing tech company. Every Monday morning, the same routine hits. Tight chest, endless email rewrites, rehearsed conversations in her head. Her team is competent, results are solid. Yet one thought keeps looping, it's just luck. For years, Christina assumed confidence would arrive with experience. It didn't. Instead, imposter syndrome quietly shaped how she spoke, decided, and showed up. What finally changed wasn't mindset or motivation, it was structure. 5 deliberate shifts applied over 2 weeks. This video breaks that system down step by step. By the end, you'll see why imposter syndrome isn't beaten by confidence, but by control. The real mechanics of imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome isn't a personality flaw. Psychologists define it as a cognitive distortion, a gap between external evidence of competence and internal self-evaluation. Success is discounted, mistakes are magnified, and the irony is brutal. The more capable you are, the more your brain questions it. Research from the International Journal of Behavioral Science shows managers with imposter tendencies over-prepare and over-monitor themselves, spending up to 30% more time on identical tasks. A Harvard Business Review study found these leaders delay decisions, over-consult teams, and avoid strategic risk, not because they lack skill, but because they lack internal authority. That's the key insight. Imposter syndrome is not emotional, it's structural, and structure can be changed quickly. Over-accessibility breeds self-doubt. Constant availability feels responsible. In reality, it fragments attention and trains your brain to seek validation externally. Every Slack ping becomes a performance test. Every fast reply reinforces the idea that competence must be proven in real time. Christina answered nearly every message instantly. She rewrote emails repeatedly, softened language, added justifications. By evening, mental fatigue set in, and with it, deeper self-doubt. The pattern was invisible to others, but devastating internally. Being always available doesn't signal leadership, it signals dependence on feedback. When responsiveness becomes reflexive, authority leaks silently. Still doubting your wins, too emotional entanglement distorts authority. Many managers confuse preparation with anticipation. They pre-justify decisions. They rehearse objections that never arrive. They monitor reactions instead of outcomes. Christina once scripted an entire board presentation predicting every possible challenge. When an unexpected question surfaced, she froze, not from incompetence, but from over-entanglement. Studies show managers who habitually predict emotional reactions reduce decision speed by up to 40%, not because they lack clarity, but because hesitation masquerades as caution. Authority weakens the moment you feel compelled to explain yourself before being challenged. Is your team sensing hesitation? Wait for step 4, as it commands instant respect. Imposter syndrome masks competence as luck. Here's the most damaging distortion. Success is never credited internally. When Christina led a smooth product rollout, praise followed. Internally, she dismissed it. Timing was good. The team carried it. Anyone could have done this. Research from the Journal of Career Development shows high achievers attribute up to 50% of success to chance, even when skill was decisive. This erodes risk tolerance and reinforces the fraud narrative. If success isn't yours, confidence never compounds. Week 2 is where it clicks. The final 2 steps lock it in for good. Now let's break down the exact 2-week plan, step by step. This is not theory, this is execution. Each week has a clear objective, daily focus, and visible shift. Week 1, reclaim internal evidence. Days 1 and 2. Write down one decision you made without approval. Note one outcome tied directly to your judgment. No interpretation, no emotion, just facts. The brain stops arguing with written evidence. Days 4 to 7. Ownership language. Replace "we got lucky" with "I decided." Replace "they suggested" with "I chose." No explanations attached. Days 8 to 10. Externalize the doubt. When self-doubt appears, write it as a third-person thought. Christina is afraid this wasn't earned. Observe it, don't engage it. Distance breaks identification. Day 11 to 12. Authority signals. Shorter responses, fewer qualifiers. Decisions stated once. Christina noticed something subtle. People stopped pushing, not because she explained better, but because she explained less. Days 14 and 15. Ritual lock-in. End each day answering, what did I decide independently? Where did I resist over-explaining? What evidence contradicted self-doubt? No sharing, no validation. This is internal authority training. 4. Controlled isolation sharpens self-evaluation. Reduced communication isn't withdrawal, it's calibration. Christina blocked 2 uninterrupted hours daily. No Slack, no email, no feedback loops. In that space, she saw patterns others missed. Confidence didn't rise from praise, but from clarity. Authority grows when actions don't require commentary. 5. Consistency rebuilds internal authority. Consistency teaches both your brain and your environment what to expect. Christina stopped narrating decisions. Initially, colleagues tested her. Within 2 weeks, they adapted. Requests became clearer. Pushback dropped. Authority settled without confrontation. Behavioral studies confirm this. Selective engagement recalibrates expectations. The less you chase validation, the more credibility you gain. Emotional resolution. 2 weeks later, Christina's routine looks different. She no longer reacts instantly. She doesn't pre-justify decisions. Her words land without explanation. Doubt hasn't vanished, but it no longer drives behavior. The real shift wasn't confidence, it was control. Imposter syndrome doesn't disappear through affirmations or positive self-talk. Repeating "I'm confident" rarely convinces a brain trained to doubt itself. What actually works is far more practical. Imposter syndrome dissolves when attention is reclaimed from constant noise, when structure replaces emotional reaction, and when authority becomes internal instead of borrowed from approval. That's why this process works. 2 weeks is enough to interrupt the cycle, not because doubt vanishes, but because it stops controlling behavior. Once the system is in place, repetition compounds the effect. Each decision made without permission strengthens internal authority. Each moment of restraint weakens the fraud narrative. Over time, confidence stops being something you feel and becomes something you operate from. This is how quiet influence is built, without forcing confidence, chasing validation, or performing leadership. Control replaces chaos. Clarity replaces fear. If this framework resonated with you and you want more practical leadership strategies rooted in psychology, not hype, make sure to subscribe now.